Okay, because I was really tired of chill no copyright sounds for streaming on YouTube, you know? Uh, so I thought, what if I just don't really care about that and play the music I like in the background, regardless of whether or not the uploading to YouTube will say, oh, well, that's actually like copyrighted material. Not that I can earn money from my videos, so I think it doesn't really matter in that senses. But hold on a second while longer. So I have these two pieces of string, which is actually two pieces gathered into one big line. But I have this measuring thingy, which is how long the straps of this around is going to be. And I thought, wow, fuck, I'm almost done with that piece. What if I just finish it? Now, it is quite simple. I just need to make a loop-de-loop, and it needs to be this ish long, and it needs to uh, be just two lines, one set of loop-de-loops, and then one row after that, and there's no more need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I want it to be like actually equal length, so I will have to count it, but I think 10, 10, 10, about 40. Fuck, that's a lot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's 20. Or maybe 30, because I 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I did these rows yesterday night, evening-ish, but there were like 40, and I think I'm on 30 now. Yeah, so 35, which is a better number in all actuality. Let me find 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if that's enough, I do actually have enough yarn. Okay, maybe. But that would be an equal amount, not equal amount of stings. 35, 36, 37, 38, 38. That's a more rounded number. And that's too much. 38, 37, 36. Or maybe I'm just bad at measuring. I think I'm just bad at measuring, but we'll pretend it's 36, just so I have some leeway. And then I add another one, and then I put it through the 36 total, and then I just make the loop-de-loops continuously. And now, I don't know whether or not the sound of the TV is audible, but it's audible for me, and I think if it's just me who listens to it, maybe one day when I'm, obviously famous, I will not be taking away more money. Now, I actually made this crocheting hook myself from wood, and I carved it with a knife, because that's how the scouts are doing it. Not in America, but here in Norway we are allowed with knives. So I knew exactly what I was doing, and I just had to, So I I wanted to make this dress finished because it's so close to finish, and then I would have to finish the dress piece that is going under it, but I think that would take a bit more measuring. I would have to wear it, which is boring, and then I would have to make some lines with a needle to estimate where it should go, and then I would have to cut it, and then there would be no going back, so I am a bit hesitant of doing that just quite yet. And I would have to remember that I need a seam allowance so I can fold the seams together, so I'm able and capable of actually sewing the edges together without making it smaller than what I anticipated. Now, I made these lines yesterday, I said, and I had 45 starting stitches, and it wasn't, one of them wasn't long enough. So if 36 is not that big of a number, this should be enough, but seeing that it's soon ending gives me anxiety, because perhaps maybe I have wrongly calculated, but I hope for the best. Hopefully it works. Now, it's better to finish off projects you are almost done with, so you can give all your energy to the things you haven't finished. So I will have to just tighten this knot because it went a bit loose. So I wanted to talk. I saw I saw a video about from 24 Frames of Nick on YouTube, and he had a video on the new movie with the red panda from Pixar, and now, most people, he said, it's oh, it's a movie for girls with period. This does not belong on the screens and such, which is, bullshit. But anyway, I remember him saying that it was essentially just a movie about getting your period. But I watched it, and I thought about this, and I need to figure out the words I used, but it is more about the fantasy about the red panda gene, if I formulated my words amazingly when I thought of this tonight, and I need this to be a bit tighter so I can like move it all the way to the edge. But um I mean, so she becomes a panda and she needs to control her emotions. You know, it sounds like a period, but it's for me personally, with less emotions, it's not that hard controlling yourself. Whether or not you have a period, it's really just depends on how bullshit of a scenario you have to deal with. And then, uh, so she always thinks about her friends, you know, the thing that makes her not the same as her family. And that is what the red panda is, like their ancestor. She needed to become a warrior, probably not something that was a woman's place to be, you know, during ancient times. So this gift is a gift of individuality, like you are your own person, you are who you are, regardless of anything else. So, fuck, I am tired of this. So, to say that it's about getting your period, because, you know, just because she's 13 doesn't mean she got her period, is at least what I think. But uh, the I think he said that the grandma was kind of unnecessary, that she didn't do much, but it doesn't really matter when you are like, when you're a kid, your grandparents are further away from your mom, and if they don't really meet up all the time, it is quite possible to believe that we don't know that much about the grandma, because we don't, this main character doesn't really know that much about her grandma. And I believe that uh, the scene of like her mom becoming this giant panda was really like reasonable. It's understandable if her mom is a product of her mom and the traditions and the way of being that she had put upon her. It is quite possible that the child of someone who liberates the like curse to be more of a blessing has a mom that is so like traumatized, or like buried herself so much. She wanted a guy. That is the biggest reason to be massive and huge. And I think just because there's pandas and like you're turning into a panda, you know, you can't stray away from that aspect just because everything else seems inherently normal, you know, if that makes sense. Because it's still a movie about pandas, and you can't forget that. Just because you think, oh, red panda, that her mom got her tampons and binds, like, possibly it's actually just about periods. But we don't get periods, we get the emotions that come either way, regardless of your period. It is the feelings and emotions of becoming a teenager. And you don't necessarily have to get your period to become a teenager, right? I also watched Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I really enjoyed when they were like, you know, it's okay to be like that, and you know, the small visual is like perfect for regardless. Uh, it it was a nice film. I also watched the movie about uh, the three boys going on a train ride through India and uh, wanting to meet their mom, and they're like on a spiritual journey. Uh, that one was really cool. It was really nice. Um, but other words I thought about talking about when while streaming, um, they are also occurring at this moment. You just don't know the context of them or what they are, but they exist definitely. I can't promise you that, but I know it, and thus you shall. I just want to be. I am frustrated up to my ass here. So it means that I am working on the smaller pieces of thread because they're not equal. Hello, how's your day been? Mine is going well because it just started, and I am figuring out how to finish this like dress. Ah, and I finished this one strap of it. Thoughts on Russia and Ukraine? No, because I don't watch the news. And uh, communism be bad, Russia be stupid. Uh, yeah, I don't believe. If I no, not really. Sorry. Um, why do you wanna know my thoughts on that? Well, anyway, I have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, shit, 14, 16, 17, 18, shit, fuck, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, no, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Now, are they the same length? That's what I need to know. And perfect. Now I can rest peacefully in my grave. Now there was something on my mind that I wanted to talk about, but it wasn't the war because I personally, okay, maybe I can speak something, but I am so far away from being able to relate, and that sounded bad, but if if like I would I wouldn't know more if Russia invaded Norway. Like, it wouldn't be something my mind is capable of comprehending and understanding. I know ways to live, like systematically, capitalism, communism, liberalism, and like how the ideally you would want to live, but I do not know about conflicts. Uh, I I got a 5, which is uh, 6 is the best grade in Norway, and I got a 5 on a history report from the Second World War, and I cheated. And it was one paragraph. It was the introduction to what I was supposedly going to talk about, but I don't know what to talk about. If when conflict, my brain goes poof. I am just terrible in understanding and comprehending what the fuck is going on. I think it has something to do with traumas, that aggression and like violent is something I just tune out of, because it's easier to not know that it's going on, because then because then I won't remember being traumatized, I would assume. But yeah, Russia bad. Either way, I know that. That's not very hard to know. Um, yes, I have. I don't. I don't like that these aren't like the same length. It really hurts my brain, because that means I will have extra of this. This can be like loose and that is sort of tight, and it will, the one thing on this dress that is going to like be the same, and I fucked that up. And I mean, I couldn't make like one band for it. I don't believe that would look good, and it will sort of make the shape of the first one quite weird. But thank you, Juiceable, for asking a question and then leaving. That was really cool. Like, oh yeah, so people be bitching about Kanye. I now being a person who is so far-fetched from the Kardashians and Kanye, I see this as Kanye doesn't really respond that well to things, obviously. But Pete and like Kim, I don't believe they are helping in any sort of way or form, because the I mean, I read a thing he wrote on Instagram or some place, and it was really how do I say it? You can't feel necessarily bad for him, but you don't feel good for the like Pete and such. Like, if he is a father, right? and if he wants children to be Christian, he has a right for religious reasons to give that to his children. There's no doubt. So if things are like when you are divorced, okay, very, very obviously things won't like come together in like a peaceful, respectful manners and such. Obviously not. I know that much now. If this looks like what I think it looks like, they are fighting over who is the best parent to their children. Essentially, they are fighting in a psychological sense over who the children will spend most time with and be better associated with. So when their children sees everyone bitching about Kanye, maybe they will think, oh, it's just my dad, and like possibly, maybe, but they're still too young to actually understand and comprehend, if I know their age right. But it's no matter what they do, no matter if, like, I found it really unnecessary for Pete to say, oh right, I'm in your ex-wife's bed. That was really, really, how's it say? It was untasteful. That's the word. That it really, truly was. And now, if I am the judgment of wrath that I know I am, it wouldn't necessarily be hard to realize that they're both coming up real bad. Pete Davidson doesn't have any authority over the children, and he doesn't have anything he should have said over how Kanye wants to raise his children. And if he was so mentally unstable that like he would have to have help, I'm quite sure that he has like a therapy person or a psychiatrist that like keeps tabs with him. So if a professional don't necessarily think, yeah, you need to like really, really change, I don't think that there is anything to change, if that makes sense. That does make sense, at least to me. But I think having any sort of parental battle against one another online is not only damaging for the children, but it's also really dumb to put on to the people of the entertainment world. It's quite unnecessary, and it's quite unnecessary to say, oh, you need help, because saying to people you need help will never help them in any way. It's overall just, so don't do that. Now, I failed being able to like put this on this, so I think if I'm turning it like this way, I can have the like raw edge on the other side now. here-ish, and like outside here, and then out. Shit. And from here. Maybe I can. No, I don't have enough for that. Oops. No. Now it's tight, and then I need to make some more knots, and I cut it, of course. And then I need another knot so I can cut in between them. Now, there it is. Yes, and then I can put that one, shit, pull that one through here, making it comprehensible. And where it is, there it is. And then I can tie these together, I would guess. So they do minimal damage in visibility. I think that's a good thing. Yes, that looks cute. That looks oops, bearable. Now I need to pull this other through, and I use the ends in the back. Perfect. Now that's the wrong one. Now doing things the exact same way is sort of frustrating if you can't remember the order in which you did it. Now, now, there we go. I am starting to get the hang of this. It's my cat. He wants to go inside. Now, amazing. Now, I am essentially finished with these front sides. And another knot so I can cut off the excess. I found it simpler to pull the excess thread without the like pin, because it's too big to handle like just small threads. Amazing. I am a genius, quite frankly. I don't know why I haven't done this before. Now, I would have to push these the same way in the length. So it's like across. Yeah. Like so. And I will have to think about where they are being placed and like count how many out. I think just a couple. Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seems like a good number. I need to have more of this thread that I don't actually have. That could be annoying if I have to. I mean, I have other white thread, but I feel like it wouldn't be the same now. Yes, and I need to work like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. One, two, three, 4, 5. And like this, and then from here and into the 6th one from the edge of the back, and then pulling that through like here, and then pulling that like that, and then having this like this. And then I need to tie a knot. I think it will be just about enough, which I'm quite proud of that, because that was not planned for. I did not realize I was being able to do this. And I not necessarily be able to tie these two together, but I managed because I'm amazing, of course. Now, that one's perfect, and this one, I realized something there on the wrong like sides, but that's okay. I don't mind anymore. Yeah, it's okay. It happens. There's no need to be sad about that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because I'm always moving into the center, so I will have to start from here. Obviously, that makes sense. Hi, Oscar. Now, then into this one. I don't I don't think I have enough maybe I can just about put this through the loop, and I won't be able to tie them. Or I mean, I did it tight. Perfect. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. Now, it's essentially done. I just need to pluck these threads from the one side and like to the other side, so that'll be fun. I said while lying canonically, it's not that fun, but it is thus necessary. But I mean, it's necessary. It has to be done. Oh my gosh. It was a bit harder. I needed to like have a sort of twist on it, which I didn't really account for, but that's fun. And it's also up there, but I can wait just a bit with doing that, because it's a bit too far away from me, honestly. Now, I can't quite remember whether or not there were more words I wanted to speak, but maybe if I just pretend that there is something, maybe something else comes up, because that's how it works, right? Now, these folds are a bit not that easy to do, but I will hope for the best. Now, this one is going to be hard pulling through. Yeah. Maybe that one just gives up one day and all of a sudden sticks out again, but I think that would go okay. I don't think it's not the end of the world. It's just mild annoyances, and the less thread sticking out, the more like professionally handcrafted this one looks, because this is like no threads, and then we go just a bit here, and then it's a lot of threads. It just looks a lot more messier than necessary. So that sucks. No. I need to pluck these threads. I'm actually quite proud of this. It started out as, uh, I had a big piece. I had a big ball of yarn, and I wanted to do something about it. And I realized if you work with really thick yarn, you'll have to have a lot more of the yarn. Just gonna highlight now. I have a while to go around. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if I just canonically say yes, I would like sort of 3 minutes. Uh, what's it called? Periodically, just say yes and not do anything, not say anything else. Maybe that's how I succeed in talking profoundly and constantly. Maybe if I get this through this hole, maybe that's how I remove my frustrations. Now, I am quite sure that I won't be able to. That I won't be able to uh, pull all these lumps in. I don't think there is any need to think about that, because that would be tiring and annoying and all the bad things. Oh, no, I have. There we are. I mean, I don't think you can be able to see it quite well that I am plucking threads. Maybe if I zoom in again. I mean, you can see the threads at least. Oops. There we go. That's sorta ish perfect. It's good enough. Now I have so much more threads to pluck through to the the inside of the thingy. Now these folds will prove to me that it would be annoying. Now, I have thought on numerous occasions that this dress and this sort of design would be also very easy to make with thin yarn and to have make it sort of fabricy, if that makes sense. Getting it mushed inside. Perfect. Now, so I have also wanted to have this in just relatively thin yarn as well. More like how's the embroidery. No, a bit thicker. Uh, maybe the thread you usually would make laces out of, because it's sort of stiff, so it will sort of mimic like a bit thick cloths of fabric, you know. But the only thing I'm scared of that I am terrible in making shapes in in uh, while knitting. So I have said that I was making a cape and it was a triangle at first, but it wasn't like a symmetrical triangle. It was a very the the tip was very pointy, and that's not necessarily ideal. Um, so I do not believe I am at the capability of. What color are your socks? They're white. Um, no, I will pretend that it is a fetish, but memory method to trick my head. I do not know why uh, you would want to trick my head. It sounds. I feel if maybe that feels a bit mean that you would want to trick me, but if you ask a question and you have to laugh, and because you know what it maybe sound like, maybe uh that is a question you would have to elaborate on while you ask, you know, if that makes sense. uh if you know something will sound bad, maybe reiterate, reformulate, and you know, say this is what I am going at, but this is like the thing I wanted to say, and that, you know, having the pretext first, maybe that would help. Now, I think he just left when he couldn't say that it wasn't a fetish. But that's okay. I'm sort of curious as to like what kind of memory trick it was. I would be happy if I were to like actually get to know. Hi, how's it going? It is going great. I am removing thread from the outside and taking them to the inside where they can hide and be a bit Quasimodo type of thing. But uh, it is going fantastic. It's the tiring, like repetitive work that I just really enjoy doing, because at some point I don't have to do it anymore, and that is the best part, maybe. To be done with it, definitely the best part. But being able to create and on uh, start on something you conjured up inside your head, oops, it it is also a really nice part of the uh, rhythm and construction of uh, of making something, from your head, and you are visualizing, you are thinking, huh, like the villagers go, they go, huh, and you are like, and you figure out, like, technically how would this have to form, and you think, well, it needs to form like this, obviously, said I myself, obviously. Why didn't you think of this beforehand? And it is just really rewarding in all senses possible. Now, some threads are a bit annoying to pluck and pull through because I sort of have to jam it in there, non-sexual style. Uh, so, it is repetitive, tiring work, but it taking care of your work when you, just because you didn't know which side was going to be the outside yet, and you just didn't care, so it would be equal amount of hassle whether or not which way you decided it should have been. I think I was sort of a genius by doing that, so I just didn't have to like pluck all of them to the other side. I would just have to pluck the, like, ish 50-50 theoretically. Now, I am slowly but surely becoming quite tired of uh, existing in those senses. Um, now, just in the way that I have to do this now, like existentially, it's just this. I feel my back hurt, like physically. So, yeah, I think it sounded weirder than it might have, but if I feel like something sound weirder, I think explaining it regardless on whether or not people could have taken it in the way you thought maybe they were to take it in. It is crucial to just clarify for your own sake, just because if nobody cares, then you're justifying it for yourself. Because if nobody cares, then you should care. So somebody cares, Now, that one in there, and then I have just a tiny bit, and then the waistband also hasn't been plucked throughout, so I would have to also do that. Is it? Is it? Is it? No, it's not. It is hard to sit on this chair. It is annoying in every senses possible. It is not constructed for sitting. It is constructed for torture. small threads. Soon they will be eradicated and burned for their sins. I still sort of wonder about the mind trick. I would, if that's sort of a Jedi thing, I would have to know that. Maybe if I search it up. Maybe if I remember it while I have the chance to figure it out. Now, this was not easy. This is like tied up in there, and there it is. And I need to help it a bit through. Perfect. Now, it's just the waist that has threads left. Now, I am a bit frightened that it's just going to be a bit loose and it's not really going to hang on, my body, of course, and that it won't really be pretty. But I will figure that out on my own. I am not in the position to wanting to put this on because I have other things to place and work on. So you won't see me try on this dress if that's what you wanted. You won't. But when I have done the underdress and figured out how that is going to work within this dress, I would have to plan and figure out how it will work in all fashion senses. Now, I feel like, it's a bunch of colors, but it feels very it feels a bit like, oh, that one. Maybe it, maybe it gets stretched too much. I mean, not that you really saw it, but this is how I want it to look, but it's really, really heavy. Maybe I'll figure that problem out when it occurs in a more I have to deal with this now way. Right, so I will place this right here. And now, how long have I been live? No. Now, it's buffering, and now it is finally working again. But that sucked. Now, you want cat hours. He didn't seem like he wanted it, but there is all the content you need. I figured out something amazing. I can, while I am, filling in my insecurities, I can show you my cat. Good luck. sorry. But cat hour is sort of gone. I think more people came just to use this magnificent cat, but we'll have to do some work and actually crochet, you know. But he doesn't like being petted on the butt, but he is adorable in every single possible sense. Now, how's it going? Cat, adorable. Cat, amazing. It's the responses I thought I would get by viewing you, giving you my cat. You know, not giving you my cat. You're not. It's mine. Um, but it's a better pastime than viewing sunsets or like mountains or something else. Now, I needed to be a bit taller. And I needed to be like this. Now, I was going to make these things. So I need to start here and yeah, because yeah. And then I need this here, right here, this one. Perfect. Now, I did like a small hook thingy, and I think when I have gotten like to the other side, yeah, I think I will be more capable of seeing how it fits and knowing how this will work on a logistical level. Now, these threads will still be annoying, but nonetheless, it's okay. Now, I think I will do the same thing, only connected to this, that is, and take these lines and then the second and then the last, you know, and then do the upwards. I think that worked quite well, and I think it will be easier to like just handle in the general senses, but I am quite confident that this will turn out good. Now, I don't know how much room I would need for like my neck. That's a that's a big question actually. But I will figure that out when the time comes. I will presumably have these as I'll take all these all the way to the way, right? All the way down the back. What kind of music do you listen to? It is mostly indie type music. Sort of now I am listening to anthems for a 17-year-old girl, which is like cutesy indie in all possible senses, and it is mostly calm music, and if there is loud and noisy music, it is presumably a song that I liked at the moment I heard it and then never want to listen to again, if you understand. But I am quite fond of like Tom Rosenthal. I've listened to him since 2004 16 actually. I remember having short hair when I started to listen to him, and also Gregory Alan Iskoff at the same times. And they are, like artist wise, they are one of my favorites. Although I usually don't claim to have favorite artist because I am mostly listening to the songs. Yeah, if that makes sense. Now, hello, go. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. But how am I? I am doing quite great because I finished like the dress. If you wanna see me do that, it will be on my YouTube channel. Self promotion, but nonetheless, but it will be a bigger project because there is still things to do with the underside, like the inside of the dress will be another dress. Sure. Really? You'd actually go to my channel and watch me do that? I don't believe I have gotten an okay by promoting my like YouTube channel. But I mean, there's a first time for everything, right? And I'm grateful for that in every single possible sense. And I essentially I am using you, the viewer, and Twitch itself as a way for me to stop procrastinating making art and making like these crochet things that I have been working on since before Christmas. So I think it's time to like get a move on and finish this. And so far, being viewed while doing these kinds of things has helped tremendously with the motivation of actually doing them. If that makes sense to you. Like I would not that one. I could not do something so much that I would just forget about it, and like it would never be anything done with it. But if people watch me and if I say, well, I'm doing this, I sort of have an unwritten obligation to like do that, right? Like finish that, you know. I have promised this to be done, then I should get this to be done, which is amazing, honestly. And it's mostly just repetitively working and doing the same things over and over and over again. I need to make a lot more of these small squares, and it is that thought really daunts me because it's quite boring, honestly, making 10 loop-de-loops across, and then I think it was 7 or 8 across because I have the double loop going into it. If you know crochet, maybe that makes sense. I wouldn't understand that if I didn't do this, so good luck. But fuck, there are some things that just doesn't want to be put through, and then I need to like think, okay, maybe it wasn't a part of the thing that I wanted to have it in, you know? Um, but I am growing confident and I'm growing strong because there's nothing more strong and um, crucial to the self-being of the spirit than knowing that uh, making something and being something pays out in the way that it is moving forward and not standing still in a vacuum of space. And I hope that makes sense. But nonetheless, I need to find a capri zone. So 5 seconds. I have. Oh no. The paper straw, it snapped. They're not as easy to puncture. Anyway, now I have. There it is. I have all these squares to put together. That was probably a bad idea to like touch my face with makeup on. Oh my gosh, it'll destroy my face in some senses or another. Now I know that if I just keep going, doing this for ages, it will sooner than later be finished, and I will then be capable of wearing it, which is the best part of making anything that is wearable, you know. Making something and wearing it is the biggest reward. Are you doing any studies currently? No, I don't study. I don't have a job, but I am an apprentice painter professionally. So when I am a bit more mentally stable by being able to comprehend things happening, I will be working painting walls in all essence, and I will most preferably I will go on to be a restorational worker. Personally, I have found the most joy restoring and like taking my time and being careful with like the way it looks in the end. Like if that sort of makes sense, you need to restore, you need to like know like the under material, and you need to know how it is supposed to be restored. Like at least with the Norwegian castle that I have worked on, there is like a end goal that needs to be kept, and that end goal is how it would look like finished if it were to have been done in like the when the building was built, right? So to uh, to work as if I was like working ages ago is a lot more rewarding to my uh, sense of self rather than painting and uh, fixing walls as they are modernly fixed and done, if that makes more sense. So at least when we work, well, at least when I did work, I worked as like a painter, of course, but I worked at the castle. Not that I'm allowed to disclose things about the castle, but like the techniques, they're probably free range. Tell how many people, because it's quite known in that sense. There's no secret there, but we usually work with line oil, which is like crushed line seeds and like the liquid of that. And it has a drying period of 24 hours, meaning that you can like paint one layer at a day, and you need to be like careful that there's the least amount of dust, and there's the way you pencil it on will be so transparently visible that you have to make sure that it's like carefully with the length of the wood and the lines are cohesive throughout. And line oil is really thick, so you won't need a lot of paint. There's no need to have a lot of paint on the like things you are painting on, right? Like very small amounts of paint, and they're on going with like the 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 how's it called, the like lost in print will be like small tiny lines all the way up, and it is the prettiest thing to ever look at. And I do prefer that to uh, the modern painting techniques and the way you usually paint things. You usually want to like have a like a clean, uh, very flat finish. And that's not pretty. Now, the next line. Now, luckily I have experienced where these, in which ways I need to place these lengths so it is the same. Because at this point, this will be the back. That's why all threads are there. I will have to like pluck some threads in between and like push them through, but that's a problem for when it is done. Yeah, because I plucked the strings of the dress when that was done, and it seems more reliable to do it like that. So it's not like, oh, this thread is there, let me do that real quick, and then you either way have to pluck a bunch of small strings. So yeah. I am on the second line of this, meaning I have another one left to go, but I'm just starting this one. But that means after that I would have to make more squares. Now I believe that if I put some squares like on top here with like black, and then I can like throw it over my shoulder and like think and feel how big of a hole there needs to be for my neck to fit inside, so it's not too tight and it's not too big, you know, and that it is cohesive essentially. And then I can also see how snug or how big of a fit this jacket is, because these corners goes to like here, so maybe it will be a sort of tight fit, but maybe I don't necessarily want it to be a tight fit, so possibly I would have to add another line of squares, which which wouldn't go over that well, because like I have used up all these color squares, but that means maybe it can be like on the underside of like the arm side, like two black lines, and then the arm going forward. The logistics of this jacket is not well figured out, and I will be winging it by all means necessary. Hey, I mean, you already said hey, but I will acknowledge you again. Thank you for joining me. I'm back again. All right. What did you do when you stopped watching me? Did you try to watch somebody else and then you realized there was no better streamer online at the moment than me? Really? Oh, I am. I am honored that you feel this way. Uh, Theoretically, I don't know for sure, but I would like to believe so. I am just true best streamer on Twitch right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am still crocheting these squares together, and I am tiring myself out by tying squares together. If you have ever, I don't know how popular crocheting is, but it 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 is very repetitive, and if you have bad chairs, and it won't necessarily help. And if you have really small squares, it takes forever. Now, I do want to make like. By the way, my name is God M. Oh, like the God M meme type thing. Okay. Now I realize it's a original spelling method. It took me a second there, and it took you explaining it to me for me to understand. Yeah, but it's a original name. I have a Capri Sun now. My name is Sister. Like a Norwegian, it is Saxon, and it is my true last name. It is my actual name. So that's why I had a small twist on it. You know, everyone says don't run with scissors, but so I'm just reinforcing the old belief that you shouldn't. So that's why the name is you. It's just scissors. You can refer to me as scissors. I don't have anything else as names. I said while obviously lying, but my true name is Scissors. So ah right. Of course, it makes sense. You're from Norway. I am from Norway. I am uh, not from Oslo, but a bit more east, like in a different commune or like state, as you would call it, in America. Assuming you're from America, but I don't know that because you haven't said that. But anyway, I love chess, and my favorite chess player is from Norway. I think the worldwide best chess player is from Norway. Yes, Magnus Carlsen. I am from India. That is a absolutely gorgeous country. I forgot the name of the movie, but I watched a movie with like uh, three brothers going on a spiritual journey in India, and it was everything there was really beautiful. And like the movie itself was good as well. But I don't know what it's called. I think it is I can't uh, read that, but it's the I can't remember, but if I find I can't copy shit. I want to copy. That did not help. I can't copy paste things like text from Spotify, but it's a song, Les Camps Eliezer, which is the uh, end song to that film. Uh, Les Camps Eliezer and film score. The Darling Limited is the movie. So, I don't know what that translates to, but it seems a bit long what you wrote. So, um, yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. It was, I mean, they were sort of high all the time, but the like chemistry of the voice, it really felt real. Can you speak that again? Uh, it was the Darling Limited, or DRRJEELING Limited, which obviously I don't know how to actually pronounce. But oops. I think I think it's okay. It's not the most important thing in the entire world. Uh, Possibly it is. Possibly. Um, but it was a really good film. True. I. Is it true that I didn't know how to pronounce it and I didn't pronounce it correctly? Or did you say that it was a good film? Because like delays and such, but yeah, I guess. Thank you. It didn't help me understand what point, but wow. I Hey, you didn't pronounce it well. Okay, maybe if they had, if if I were to be capable of focusing on words in film and rather not the like pictures and like the general settings of what they are doing, I would possibly have a better pronunciation of the word. But I think the personally I can't focus on the like dialogue, but the dialogue in that film was very directly plot wise. It was very uh, comprehensible in those matters. How old are you, by the way? Watch Three Idiots. I think that's a movie that I've heard of. Yeah, I don't have Netflix. I can't watch it. I'm sorry. Maybe if I download it illegally from the interwebs. I'm not on those parts of the internet, so maybe I will have to ask someone to do it for me, which I've done before. I've got someone to illegally download Over the Garden Wall for me, but I've seen it on, I think it was HBO. Yeah, so therefore it's okay. And I've also gotten the the Supernatural 5, 6 ish seasons, and I am currently watching that also on HBO, so I think I am forgiven now. I can help you after stream. Oh, wow, thank you. That's actually kind of nice. I don't want to pay for Netflix. I don't pay for Disney Plus. I don't pay for HBO, and I am kind of chill with that. Your age, by the way, I am 98 years old. And those emojis, I can't. Emotes, I mean, I can't. Right. Um, Another one. I don't really know the emotions I'm supposed to feel with the second one you sent. But I know the first one. That's really hilarious. But, I mean, it's okay. It happens. Sad faces. Oh, don't cry. Why you want to know my age? I mean, I just told you. But why would you cry over it? That don't make that much sense to me personally. No, I am currently crocheting. I think the grandma vibes are sort of everywhere in this. Um, I'm 17, by the way. Congratulations. It was a long time ago. I was 17. Uh, if I'm like 90 or something. that would make it like in the 40s or something. Shit, I was there in with war and such. What? This is the second world conflict that I am currently within. Shit, that made me think. That it made me appreciate life. Um, it made me respect nature. Yeah, you're too old. No, I'm not. Uh, uh, you, there's no such thing as being too old. Uh, and saying that to me seems pretty ageist and like discriminatory and negative towards older age, as if it's something wrong to like exist for more than 30 years. But yeah, that's you're not old. I am. I'm 98 years old. In 2 years, I'll be 100. Oh, right. Then I was born in like 1920. Cool. 1920 didn't have that good of a fashion sense. Cancel me. Do you use TikTok? I have a TikTok account. The only video I have posted is me uh, reaching to the fridge and finding, oh, it's a homosexual beer because they have the rainbow flag on it, and then I reach behind that and pick up a monster can, gay soda or like gay beer, right? Really funny joke. It's the only video I have. And if you find that, you'll find me. But I won't tell you my name because it needs to come naturally. And I don't want to link my TikTok to my Twitch. I have linked enough, so there's no need. I don't feel the need, at least. 1924. Don't use TikTok. Why? Why not? Is there something wrong with TikTok itself? Or is it something wrong by using it? Or maybe it is because you're ageist and I'm too old. The colors are looking nice for the jacket. Thank you, it is. It is rainbows and they're like the yarn moves through the colors, and these squares perfectly fit like one-ish shade of color. It's banned here. Is TikTok banned in India? What? Why? I did not know that. I really like the rainbow color, and since this is the back, I won't be able to have enough of this yarn to finish the back, so I will have to have it black and such. But I have these lighter colors which are going on the sleeves, and then in the front I will have to use black because I have no more color yarn. Yeah, because it's Chinese, right? That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't think that far ahead when it confused me, but that kind of sucks. Have you tried like NordVPN or something to like get the? Gotta go now. Bye bye, young lady. Well, okay. I was thinking, what if you just uh, didn't care and like used VPN and get it anyway, because like no matter where things are from, you should have a right to experience them in any sort of way possible. So, uh, but yeah, like I have lived throughout like a century. Now I'm happy with Insta Reels. Um, I I have never watched Insta Reels, and I have uh, the only stories of like Snapchat stories I get from people is the ones I also watch on YouTube, like uh, D'Angelo, and I watch Brad Mondo, the hairdresser. He taught me how I could cut my own hair, but he didn't recommend it. But I did it anyway because I I am a free spirit. He can't tell me what to do, but he told me exactly what I should do, making me I don't know which sort of wavelength or like psychological jujitsu uh, it has to go through, but nonetheless, it worked. And uh, I have Philip DeFranco show on Snapchat, but I have not watched his YouTube videos, and I also have the drama alert, you know, the best type of news sites I could possibly come across in this day and age of our Lord Jack Nicholas the 28th. Um, I think my worldview is uh, pretty good, you know, having lived very long, and it's not that bad. TikTok is not that bad. If you feel like TikTok and its content is bad, it's because you are responding to the bad content. So it's just your fault, because TikTok, it is like it's like it's essentially it is vibe checking you constantly, to put it in a modern way. And if you have a problem with that, you have a problem with yourself, because it's just copying you and seeing what you like, you know. But would you ever get a tattoo? I would. I have actually thought a lot about that. I have uh, plans to make myself a canvas for a like expressionistic 18th century art piece. You know, those paintings where it's a lot of shit going on at once, and with like it has a perfect harmony to itself. That's sort of the kinds of tattoos I want to get. I want Jesus on a cross touching my tits, because that would be hilarious. And I couldn't have a woman there, because then it would be two tits to watch, and that'd be too many. So uh, on the back at least, I want a bit like since it's like on the back, I won't really watch it. It will have like darker themes in it, be like the underground, and like a artist I can't remember the name of, because I just remember the images. But yeah, I would get a lot of tattoos if I were to be financially stable enough to get them, and uh, be capable of sitting still for such a long time. I mean, I don't believe the pain would bother me. I feel like it would calm me in a way, because anxiety and like there's different way of calming yourself down when you feel anxiety, and one of them is pain, which is my all-time favorite, of course. You know, after all these hundreds of years, I would have to have the capability of feeling something. done. I have 3 more to go. With at least this one, but I know it won't be long enough, and it is starting to like dawn on me, like, fuck, maybe it won't it won't work out in the ways I want it to work out. I have quite a bit now, and yeah, I totally agree. The pain is kind of satisfying. Ooh, I mean, that's nice. Did you get the tattoos in like the areas where people say that is a place that is going to like be really painful and like hurt like a lot, and then you took it at like that point of the placage of the body, and it was just right, ow, ooh, ouch, that really hurts, ow, ow, I'm pain, right? If that made sense to you. No, I um, rushing through this a bit, and I am making like smaller mistakes. I have given up on having the same amount of stitches. I just pluck it in where it is possible to like pluck it in, and the most pain was when I had to fill in the black on a bigger area. Yeah, but away from that, I don't find it painful at all. That's cool. That is very heavy metal of you. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know if I would like the pain from the like tattoo needles, but I wouldn't stray away from the possibility that it would be sort of chill. You know how people go to like Thai massage things and like to relax. I do believe people like go to tattoo and getting a tattoo just to relax, like therapeutic touching. I think you'd look really cool with tattoos. Thank you. I also truly believe that, and I would have to get a lot of them constantly, to look good while I'm naked. Of course, I mean, it is the only reason. That won't make sounds, but and it's been bothering me because at some point I thought, no, that's just inside my head, like electricity going through the computer cable. Um, but no, it was just the. It wasn't inside my head. I mean, I was hoping that there would be sun, but there's way too much clouds, and it makes me sad. It makes me go, oh man. Not in the creeper way, but just like mild inconvenience way. So yeah. But it's prettier if when the sun shines come in the background, and I also know ish how long I have been streaming for, which is a nice way to figure it out, because I mean, if I at this time in the stratosphere and the way the earth is angled towards uh, the sun sets about at 6, but now it's kind of hard to see that, and it'll be later and later, and be able to yes, if you understand. I think it's just the way natural light, it hits different, right? And it is a lot more prettier. You know, I watched Mr. Fantastic Fox, and it was like you're practically glowing, and it was like this CGI type of sun just outlined the woman and at the end them both, you know, and it was like a slight second, but it was like bad on purpose, I believe. But now we have the lines, the train line this way, but if I do this, oh no, there's gaps. So I will have to. It's coming out really nice. Now I will have to make this line here, and I mean when I think about it, I could have like stood up like for my sanity and made this line at the same time, but it's too late. Oopsie. And I have one extra. Maybe I can use that and the piece that was half, half because I didn't have enough yarn. It was the end of the stud thingy. I can use them to make ugly type of pot. Maybe, perhaps, just to use up everything, you know. So it's just not a relic of ages ago. No. No. This will be annoying to have to handle, at least in the start, because it's just a lot of things that are moving together, if that makes sense. Now, these sides are objectively the worst ones to pin together because there's no loop-de-loops I can follow. So I sort of have to guess where the loop-de-loops would go, and it's not always that they are correlating to one another, and that kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't recommend, but I mean it happens. And I mean if I were to like have an edge around every single one of these like having a black or a white edge, it would look worse, I believe. I don't think separating the colors would make it prettier, but it would make it easier sewing them together. So it depends on how much you want to suffer, I I would assume, but the things that look the best are usually the things you have to suffer the most for, because that sounded poetic and artsy, and it sounded logical. It do be making sense. Now, my nose itched. And inside here, no, not there. I wanted to like go through the like tray lines I've already done, but it seems to be a bit hard. No. I don't think I should like really tighten these stitches, because it would make them like a bit uneven, because I can see here that they're not like corner to corner, which is a bummer actually. It's like it's almost corner to corner, but it's not quite. And but maybe I can fix that by having a wet towel and a iron over it to like make it like settle. For some reason, that would work. Apparently, don't know how. Don't know what kind of wizardry I what kind of skilled wizard I'd have to be to make that work. But I think it, anyway, it'll work out. It'll just work itself out, and it will. It will. I don't think it would matter that much in the end. No. Oh, I lost it. Oh. Where did my cat go? Maybe he went downstairs. Oh. I miss him. I think he should stay upstairs, because then I can exploit him for views. And I think it is really important to exploit animals, because they don't have human rights, they have animal rights, and that's the difference. It sounded awful. And you shouldn't listen to forget those words, quite frankly. I think I will finish oh my days. Fuck. I hate this. Okay. I think I'm gonna finish this one, and since I am not only tired in my back, I am tired in my voice, I will end the stream shortly, because I I think there was something I was going to do today, but I can't quite put my nose on it. But maybe it was going to be done tomorrow, but I don't know, so it's and I should get like an iPad or like a Samsung internet board type of thing, so I can like still keep up with the people that are like in real life know me, because I can't go on Snapchat now, because it will fuck up the stream, and it will fuck up your view of the stream and everything. So although this is the most ideal thing, it's not perfected, you know. Now, I think I need to like put this end, because this was before, right? And I need to pull this through that to like truly connect them. And I think that is a sort of smart idea. Ish, perhaps. Yeah, and then make another loop-de-loop. just so I won't, just so it's perfect, you know. Yes, I think that works better. I mean, there is a lot of other lines here. Like that? Yeah, it's really pretty. I like all the colors, and I'm glad I didn't try to like make a mosaic, like put like the red pieces like here, transforming with the red, you know, having it like sorted specifically to like a pattern. I think this uh, ramble makes it a lot easier to enjoy for my own sanity, because like if like technically I could like have a line with the colors and make a rainbow. Maybe I should have made a rainbow, but it's easier to comprehend this rather than anything placed specific colors throughout. And like if it was like red, like maybe the blue were to like hold ish here, but I would have to have like blue here as well before it became purple. It would sort of annoy me if that makes sense, but um, it's big enough. Definitely, it. There's no doubt. I will be streaming tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you want to tune in tomorrow as well. I will stream at the same time ish. I don't know how long I will be streaming, but like ish at 2 European time, ish, circa. I have enjoyed myself. I hope you have enjoyed yourself as well, and I will see you tomorrow, or you will see me tomorrow, and I will read you tomorrow. Bye bye.